High pressure is expanding across New Zealand. Hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks very much for joining us. Well, the cold change, it's gone. It's moved away already, and as that moves away, the colder air is locked in by the high. So we've got some colder than average nights coming up. We had another one last night. There's another one again tonight, Friday night, Saturday night. And then as we get into sort of the end of Sunday, that's when I think warmer weather will start to spread in across many places. In fact, it could be as early as Sunday in the South Island. You can see from the high that the southeasterly winds continue at the top of New Zealand, but just down here around Fiordland, a nor'wester is starting to form. So as we take a look at the weather map here for Friday, for the end of the week, the dark blue line, that indicates where all that cold air was out to our east. But the shape of the high means it's still being pulled up and around East Cape, and sort of brushing parts of Coromandel Peninsula and Northland. So that wind just might be a little bit cold still if you're out on it. Otherwise, light winds around New Zealand. After a cold start, a pretty lovely day on the way for you. As we get into Saturday, we've got this low out here just south of Adelaide and Melbourne. That'll drive in some rain or showers really between Adelaide, Melbourne and Hobart. And on the other side, we've got a northeasterly coming into Brisbane, but looks mostly dry in Sydney, sort of stuck in between it all. New Zealand, pretty simple weather really, nothing's changed. A high pressure system still over us. Still got that southeasterly, but the coldest air now starting to move further out and warmer winds now starting to build down there in the south. On Sunday, no real change. The weather map looks almost identical for New Zealand. High pressure in charge, but over in Australia, those showers slide down the coastline, but Sydney's still dry. Adelaide drying out with high pressure, and now Perth's got the next system rolling in with more rain and more showers around that southeastern corner. Now, as we kick off next week, it is windier and warmer in New Zealand's South Island. In comes the nor'westers. They're coming out of, northern parts of New Zealand, sort of into the subtropical area. So that will lift those temperatures up. And as you can see from the isobars, pretty strong winds through the Southern Alps and getting windier through Cook Strait. A light northeasterly at the top of the country, but that high is still firmly parked there. So there's no rain really showing up other than a few showers down around Fiordland and maybe an isolated shower up around the Bay of Islands. Aussie's got lows on both sides, but actually for the most part, much of Australia is looking dry to kick off next week. Once we get to Tuesday, here comes the next rainmaker for New Zealand, and it is subtropical in nature with these northerlies ahead of it. So temperatures are about to lift back up again around New Zealand. It'll be warm by Monday and Tuesday. And then this low rolls in with heavy rain over on the west coast. In fact, the rainfall totals are getting quite big. Once again, we're talking about 150 millimetres possible over a 36-hour period, sort of from Monday morning into Tuesday evening. So Monday morning to Tuesday evening, in comes this heavy rain just as well. No one really lives in this area, but very heavy rain. If you're thinking about getting out and going for any sort of hikes or walks, you know that it's going to be pretty wet weather. Next week on the West Coast. That is all from me. We'll be back again on Friday with your weekend update. And don't forget, we've got our Climate Watch video. It's out now. Please check that out. It's on YouTube, or you can find it on the Weather Watch and Rural Weather websites. We'll see you tomorrow.